little bit of everything. Hey, we're back with TSPN. We're talking about cows, horses, and sheep, but now we're going to talk about fire. Dirk Deckard, welcome to TSPN.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And you wrote a new book, Fire Sense, but it's what everyone should know that a fireman knows, right?
Right. It's called Fire Sense, Know What Firemen Know. So, yeah, I wrote the book because I wanted people to, think more about safety in and around their home and in their lives.
Mm-hmm. Kind of important every day with families and kids and taking care of the homestead, right?
Well, it is, and statistic-wise, I mean, people are shocked when you talk about statistics. But there's a residential structure fire reported every 85 seconds in the United States. Wow. And actually, there's a civilian death from those fires every 2 hours and 42 minutes. So if you sum that up in a 24-hour period, we have about 1,000 reported fires and about 42 fire deaths.
Is that outside of like these wildfires that have gone into residential areas?
Well, yeah. That's just residential structure fires. If you talk about statistics for, and this is like a 4 or 5 year span that statistics run, we're talking about 500,000 outside fires, so such as wildland fires or fires in and around the home, but I mean not in the home but around the home. And then we have just vehicle fires, 188,000 a year, and there is a few deaths from those fires. So I'm trying in my own way as a retired fireman to say, hey, look, let's help people with safety. Let's help people think about the safety. It's not that people don't want to be safe; they just don't think about it.
Well, just give us your background, just so people know that you were where you were a fireman and all that.
Well, I was a fireman at Mule Creek Fire for the state of California. I also worked as a battalion chief, assistant battalion chief for Amador Fire Protection District. I started in 1995, and I worked for them, and I retired about 5 years ago from AFPD. Mm-hmm. So I've been in fire for a long time, and I've always had this mindset to try to help people.
Dirk, where do people pick up this book? How do they get it?
Well, this is just, we're just debuting the book. It just was released by Tate Publishing. We're having a book release, like a party up at American Legion Hall, August 28th. Okay. And we're doing that from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. And so we're inviting everybody to come out and take a look. I'll have books there for people to purchase. And they want to talk to me or meet me or have me sign the book, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. Were you, with CDCR, were you in fire your whole career with them?
No, I started out as a correctional officer years ago, because of my volunteer time and I got credentials to fire, I slowly worked myself in, and fire department is where my love has been and my passion, so I went ahead and got into that, and I'm glad I did because it's been a very rewarding career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of people that work in the volunteer part down in the Ione area, but Troy Gold also works at Mule Creek. He's probably after your time, though.
Oh, no. Well, no, I work with Troy Gold. Troy Gold's a very good friend of mine. Yeah, we work together, but he's still working down there, and then he came in a little bit after I did, and so.
It's all that love of the passion for working in the industry, because he's also, I think he was a captain. He may be higher than that now with Ione Fire Department.
I believe he's still a captain with Ione. Yeah, I'm very good friends with a lot of the people in Ione and the whole community, whether it's Jackson Fire or APD.
Right.
Dirk, I wanted to ask you, like, do people at a certain age or something like that think less about fire? I mean, like, probably people are concerned about it. Does your outlook on it fall off or something? So people need to stay refreshed with this all the time?
I think the people in general don't think about around their homes. They leave their homes and they may leave their dryer on, or they have candles burning and they don't check their house. It's a little things that we can do, and I'm trying to inform or teach people to say it's a little things you do may save your house, save your kid. I write about escape plans, practicing escape plans. They do this in school to have your children orderly fashion to get out of the school. But do we do that in our house? How many people do that with their kids to practice this? And it only takes a few minutes. So I'm really trying in my way to say, look, let's save a life. And if my book can save a life somewhere in the United States or somewhere, then everything was worth it. And so
I was flipping through your book and I saw one, on vacation high-rise motels. My wife and I have had this happen twice,
right,
where we were staying at a true high-rise in Las Vegas, and somebody had a smoldering cigarette that they had put in the trash can right outside of our door.
Right.
And all the alarms are going off, and you have to act pretty fast. But the first time was at Disneyland, the Grand Californian Hotel, when the artificial Christmas tree caught on fire.
Okay.
So it's happened twice, and we've been fortunate both times to get out. But the one at Disneyland was a true fire where they evacuated everybody to the park. But I see that chapter, and I guess there's things in here that happen or definitely could happen to everybody in their life.
Well, it does. With the statistics out there, a fire is bound to happen. A vehicle fire, outside fire, or in-house fire is an emergency. Some kind of 911 emergency is going to happen in all of our lives at some point in our lives. And so if we're better prepared for that, or we're thinking about that, it's just, it'll be, you'll just be more prepared to deal with that.
And I like that you were honest in here. You said you were embarrassed as a fireman that you didn't know where the emergency exits were in that situation, probably because you never expected it to happen.
I never check. How many people go into a high-rise motel and they go, I'm going to go check for the stairs. But if you do, you're going to be better prepared and much more at ease.
So that's the whole key, is identify your surroundings when you come in, know where the emergency exits are.
It takes 5 minutes or 5 seconds. It doesn't take long.
Right. While you're getting your ice, you can find out where the emergency exits are.
You're exactly right, yes.
But other things in here that people should know too, and a lot of good stories in here. So peace of mind, that's one thing. Just take a little piece of time. It wouldn't take very long to read through the book, but it's probably very informative.
Right, it was never meant to be a novel. It's meant to just be a quick read and to spark people's interest in saying, hey, I need to be a little more safer. And if I can accomplish that with this, then I've done my job.
Well, there's a great need for it if there's as many fires, and obviously there are. We hear things going off here all the time, and it does have some nice pictures towards the back of it, and really nice. Probably good for adults to read to their kids. Make sure that they have that plan, the safety plan, to be able to get in and get out. Right.
So what do you do in life now that you're a retired fireman? You're an author. So what's the next step?
Well, I'm working part-time for American Legion Ambulance. I'm an EMT. I drive for them, which is I enjoy that very much, and I'm still out. I try to keep my medical certificate up, and I do a little vacationing. I got a grandson. He's 10 months old, and try to enjoy our life. And so we're dealing with the family and stuff like that, and just having a ball.
You live here in Amador County?
Yes, we do. We live in between Plymouth and Ione, and we got a little 5-acre little ranch out there, and so we've lived there most of our lives.
All right. Well, Dirk, thank you very much for being here and good information. What date again is the book?
The date again is August 28th, coming up here shortly. It's 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m.
At the
American Legion Hall in Sutter Creek.
And hold those thoughts. We'll get back to that when we come back on TSPN.